Good morning, technology students. This is a simple lesson on podcasting using Garage Band. First, you select New Project, Podcasting, and choose. Then you're going to type in a title for your project. All Garage Band podcasts will come up My Song first. Once you've typed in your title, then you're going to click Create. That will start to set up your Garage Band project. You'll see your title flash in the Garage Band window. Then, once Garage Band opens up, you're going to have several tracks displayed. There's your podcast track. That's where you're going to place a picture that's going to represent your podcast. Since we're doing an audio podcast, we'll select some pictures that any consumer would see as the podcast plays. We'll select one for my podcast track. You can choose it right off of your computer's hard drive. As you can see, I have a lot of pictures here. You can select the same one or a different one to represent the overall podcast. You can also include several at different intervals within your podcast, but we're going to keep it simple today and just include one to open the podcast and one to start with the audio. Once you set up your podcast track, then it's time to record some music. For that, you use the jingle track. GarageBand has some really nice loops, musics, and sounds in them. It also will link you to iTunes if you want to find some music there, or if you had music on your hard drive, you can select that. But for today's purposes, we're just going to use the GarageBand jingles. You see, you click on music, then you click on the I icon, you click on jingles. It gives you several different genres of jingles. I like urban. Once you've selected your genre, it opens up all of the jingles it has there. You see the titles of the jingles, and then you see the duration of the jingles in seconds. You play a few, you listen, you find the one you want. Once you do, you can drag that track over to the jingles track. You can also stretch it out or move it so that it starts or stops wherever you want in your podcast. After you've laid down your music and your jingles track, now it's time to add some voice. But let's mute the music first. That way it won't be playing while we record our voice. Then you select the voice track. Since I'm a female, I'm selecting female. I click the record button to start recording, and I speak into the computer's internal microphone. This part you can do again and again until you get it just the way you want it. As a matter of fact, every aspect of podcasting using GarageBand can be done again and again until you get it the way you want it. Once you said everything you want to say, then we'll do some fine-tuning. All right, I'm done recording. I'm going to stop the playing, and I am going to take my tracks back to the beginning. I'm going to listen to the voice track and see if there's anything I want to change. I'm listening for grammar, punctuation, basically, inflection, okay? If it's conveying the message that I want to convey. If I'm not happy with the track, then I can simply click on it, delete it using the delete key on my keyboard, and lay down another one. But I'm going to go with this one again just because it's for demonstration purposes only. All right, sounds good to me. So now I'm going to unmute the jingle, and I want to play them together. Again, I just want to get a feel for how it all sounds. I want to fade out the music at the end. So I can click on that jingle track and add some points. You can add as many points as you want. The points allow you to adjust the volume up or down, but I'm going to gradually move the volume down. You see it has a little downward slope there? That means at the end of this podcast, the music is going to fade out gradually instead of ending abruptly. Now I'm playing again to see if it sounds all right to me.
Good afternoon, Janine. If you're in the building, please come to the main office. Janine, please report to the main office. Thank you.
And just like always happens, as soon as you're recording, you get a message or your classmates talk. That's why it's so nice to have GarageBand set up so that you can delete and do it over if you want to. We'll let it go this time. All right, I listened to everything. It's A-OK with me. Now, I want to share this podcast because the whole idea of a podcast is to allow others to listen to it. Either it's instructional or it's entertaining. I'm going to share it by clicking on the share button or the share menu up in the title bar, and I'm going to share it to my iTunes library. That way, when somebody goes to iTunes,